Hello, welcome. My name is Adam. Hello, fellow captains. Welcome to today's live flight. Now, if you're joining in, say hello in the chat. We're going to be doing a short Cessna flight from Chester up in Wales down to Birmingham, and we're going to be doing visual flight rules. And I hopefully will be able to find the airport in Birmingham. Also, I've got two top tips, which I'm going to go through in a second, to really help improve your Sims performance and your computer's performance as well. So let me just post that off to say we're live. And that is, oh, that's the wrong group. Okay. I need to do it in the group. That's right. That would help. There we go. So that's that. And if you are coming in, say hello. Be able to see the chat, and there we go. That's that. You can do that. Right. So we're just waiting for P3D to load up. The reason it's taken so long is because of something I'm about to go through with you now. I'm going to leave it a few minutes though to wait for people to come in because you know, I want people to be able to see what I'm about to show you, and it's really going to help improve your Sims performance and also your computer's performance. I mean, you can see how slow this is taking to load. You know, this is taking forever, but we're really going to improve things, and it's a simple fix, really, a really simple fix, and it involves your task manager. Okay, I don't know if you can see it already on what it is here, but it involves your task manager. So in a moment, I'm going to go through with you exactly what you can do to improve your computer's performance and kind of fix Windows. There is a glitch in Windows, and they haven't really fixed this, and I don't know why, but we're going to fix it today. Okay, we're going to fix it in a moment. So if you're coming in, say hi. Right. So we'll be starting in a moment with P3D. I haven't updated to version 4.5 yet. I've still got version 4.4, and that's mainly because I've seen a lot of people have said that they've had slight issues here and there with various things. So I'm kind of like, well, until it's running smooth, I'll just wait. Thank you very much. I much prefer to have a smooth performance rather than a rough one. I'm just going to check my phone and just put it on silent for starters, and also check to see if anything is happening live feed wise. So it should show up. There we go. It's showing up there. And is the audio working? It's showing up there. And is the audio working? It's showing up there. Yes, it is. Okay, we're good to go. I know the audio is working. So if you're coming in, say hi, and in a couple of minutes, when this loads, I'm going to show you a very powerful task you can do, very simple as well, and you don't need to be a computer whiz to be able to do this, to help fix Windows, okay, a little small thing of Windows that's broken, and improve your flight sims frames and performance and prevent it from crashing as well. I'm sure you've had times where you've loaded up, you've gotten in your flight, and then suddenly it's crashed, you know, and it's a very simple fix for it as well. So, I mean, this has taken forever to load, and the reason it's taken forever to load is because of this, right? My memory, okay? I've disabled this of the fix that I've applied, and it's now taken forever to load up this flight sim. And that's because my memory, I mean, I've got 16 gig of memory in my computer, which is plenty, you know, plenty. But as you can see here, where it says cached, 5.9 gig. Now, cached memory is just temporary. We've used it, shove it somewhere. And it should clear it. It should, you know, it's only going to clear it if I close the application and the application clears the cache, you know, kind of like your cookies, I guess. I don't know. But that should clear on its own, really, for a smooth flight sim, for a smooth PC performance, really. So here we are in the flight sim. Let me just, this should have loaded up cold and dark, to be fair. So let me load my cold and dark scenario. And then we'll be able to start this bad boy up from the beginning. And I've got I'm using the Just Flight C152 plane, Cessna, and I've created my own little operations manual, and I've created the checklist from this, and I'll be using that in the flight to start her up, get her going, fly her off, and land. The only thing I'm not going to be doing, by the way, is ATC. Okay, we're not going on VATSIM. We're not going live in terms of flying in the VATSIM world or the other one, which I can't remember the name of. What we will be doing is flying like 3,000 feet. So we can pretty much do what we want effectively. But yeah, I do like to create my own little manuals. In fact, I've got loads of them for other planes that I plan to fly, like the Beach King Air 350, and these are very simple to make, but they're really cool because you can have them as you're on with your aircraft, and you just like right check, and it's pretty much like a real checklist. I mean, these checklists, they're all available on the internet. You can easily Google and download them. And many of them come with the actual aircraft when you buy them. So I just put them into these little sleeves, which the sleeves you can get off Amazon. That's them there, the Avery kind. They're pretty easy, pretty simple. They're sheet protectors, and yeah, really cool. And you just buy the rings as well that go into them. And now I've got one for the dash. I've got one for pretty much every aircraft I plan to fly, so they're just like little helpful things that I utilize in the flight sim. Now I was kind of hoping that this was going to be fully all prepared and in the sim for when we went live, but I guess time ran away with me, and I kind of timed it wrong. So anyway, let's get in here, and let's see here. Cached memory there, look at that, 5.3, 5.5, it's going up. That's an issue with Windows 10, that is. That should clear, right? And what happens is when your memory clears, obviously, right now I've got 10 gig of my memory devoted to running various things on my PC, and 5 of it is cached, and it's kind of like it's locked out. You can't use it, type of thing. Imagine if I was able to utilize that memory with the sim. Basically your memory would never fail you as effectively. You would have more memory to load various other things within the flight sim. So like at the moment, this is taking forever to load. This is it's really struggling with performance. There we go, we're coming in. There we go. Actually, there is a couple of... Oh, no, don't start the engines, dude. Thank you very much. There is a couple of things I need to do real quick, which is fuel. Let me just set the fuel. Yeah, that's near enough 100 there. We'll accept them, no worries. Right, so that's pretty much the flight sim. I'm just going to step outside of the sim, and we're just going to leave that there now. Active Sky should have kind of loaded in by now, but it is running, definitely. In fact, oh, that's why I didn't put, oh yeah, it is. There is a flight plan in there. Yeah, that's weird. Let's go over to England here. There we are. That's the flight plan we're going to be running today. Very short trip from Wales. The Harden Airport, Echo Golf November Romeo. That's the Airbus factory where they make the wings for the A380, and that's in Chester. It's also called Chester Airport as well, but it's a great little airport. It's got a cafe off to within the grounds itself that you can sit in and just watch the planes take off. The only planes that really land there are the big beluga, that big dolphin thing, and there's 5 of them, and they come in and they land at various times. Or you'll see little planes like little Cessnas come in and fly. Oh, hello, looks like we've got a Beechcraft about to take off there. So we're going to fly from there all the way down to Birmingham. Now I'm doing it visual flight rules. I'm not even going to use this or any type of ATC. We're going to completely wing it, okay? So we may not get there, guys, all right? But I hope we do. I hope we do. Now that I've waited a little bit longer for people to come in, I'm going to show you something you can easily do to improve your sim's performance. At the moment, let's check out my frame rate. 50 frames per second, something like that I'm getting, which is okay, you know. But my memory is being gobbled up by the cache, okay? It hasn't cleared it. It hasn't emptied the cache. So that's gonna just, as I fly, as I continue to fly, and I'm loading and I'm doing things more in the memory as well, that's just gonna cause a problem later on. It's gonna slow down, and my frame rates are going to begin to drop down to the 30s, you know, and even lower as I take off and go off somewhere, and maybe even to a heavily populated area like Birmingham. I've got UK 2000 Birmingham in there, so my frame rates are just gonna and, you know, plummet. So there is a way that we can help Windows 10, okay, to say, listen, get rid of the cache every now and again, just clear it for me, please. You know, free up my memory for my flight sim, and it will enable you to have a smoother sim performance, or sim experience, sorry. It will help you to gain, or rather keep, those frames, you know, that when you first load up the sim, you get loads of frames per second, but then you start to fly and they start to go down a little bit, you know. It's because your memory isn't clearing the cache. Now, it's a very simple thing, and I'm going to go through with you step by step right now, okay? It's something that I'd already done, and I've just stopped the service for now, okay? But it's a very simple thing, very easy to do, and we're going to do it now, okay? So what you need to do is go down. I need to minimize P3D. Hang on a sec, let's minimize this. Do that, and oh, well, I don't need to minimize it, you know what, forget it. So what we need to do is go down to your search bar, okay, and just type in task, okay, and if you've ever opened it, it's the task scheduler, okay. If you've ever used it, maybe you've used it, maybe you haven't. It's very easy to use, okay, and we're going to go to create task, okay. So you just click on create task, and like, you can call it anything you want. I've called mine empty memory, okay, because that's what we're going to ask it to do. We're going to ask it to empty the memory. So in fact, you know what, I'm just going to do another one. I'm going to clear my old one. Where is it? Empty memory. We're going to delete that, and we're going to do a new one, okay. Right, so create task. We're going to call it empty memory, right, because that's what it's going to do. We're going to give it the highest privileges, and it's going to be hidden, okay. You don't really need to put in the description. You can if you want, but it's not really necessary. As long as you've got your change user group, and as long as you've got the desktop name, you're good to go. But go to Find Now and scroll all the way down to System, because it's a system program that's going to do this, okay. Now there is something you need first, actually. I've just realized there's something you need to download, which is pretty easy, which is the program we're going to use in order to do this, okay. Let me just quickly show you. I shall, in fact, I shall put a link to the description. Where is it? It is empty stand list. There we go. So I'm going to put, let me get this up on the other computer. I'm going to put a link in the description below, where you can go and download empty stand lists. Go. There we go. Now this is the download. Let me copy put that in the chat. Paste that. Okay, so that's the link. Go to that page, okay, and you just download the this program here, okay, to your computer. Go to your C drive, into your program files. I've called it empty stand lists, okay, and just put that program in there, and that's it. That's all you got to do. Very easy. It's not going to harm. It's not a virus. It's not going to do anything except for what you ask it to do right now, okay? Which is, and again, go to change user groups. Where is it? Go to advanced and make sure it's system. You know, make sure you click system and that it's system enabled, okay? Definitely needs that. So it's in the system, right? We're going to go to triggers, okay? We're going to go to new trigger, and we're going to set it on a schedule. So today, I'm going to set mine to 10:30 is the time, 10:15 is the time now. I'm going to set that to 10:30, so it's going to automatically do it, okay? And you want to repeat task every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, either one. 5 minutes will do me. And you want to do that for a duration of indefinitely. So it wants to continue to, it never wants to be expired, basically. So it's going to start today. Today's the 12th, and it's going to start at 10:30, and it's going to do it every 5 minutes, and it's going to do it forever, okay? That's that, okay? So the action, right, now this is the program. This is what we're asking it to do. So we're going to start a program, okay? You go to browse, and you go to that empty stands list, right, on your C drive, in program files, empty stands lists, and click on it and open, okay? And that directs your schedule, your task schedule that you're creating to that program, okay? And click OK, right? And all you got to do is click run. So I'm just going to show you my cached memory, 4.4, 4.2, blah, 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 right? We're going to click run on it, and look at it. It's just deleted the cache, completely gone now. Now my flight sim is going to maintain them 55, 60 frames that we were talking about before. And as that builds up, in 5 minutes, it's going to go back down again, okay? It's going to clear it again. And it's going to do it every 5 minutes for as long as this computer is on. And basically, that's going to give me a massive performance. I mean, I'll leave this up here for the next 5 minutes. You'll see it begin to build back up again, right? And then suddenly it'll just disappear because that task kicks in. And it's, again, it's not a virus. It's not a program that's going to wreck the flight sim either, or your PC. It's actually going to fix Windows, because Windows should be clearing that cache for performance, but it ain't. It doesn't. So that's basically what we're going to do. So I'm just going to leave that there, and in 5 minutes, that number is going to go up, but then it's just going to suddenly disappear. Now, we're going to do the flight after that when it's 5 minutes time, and I'm going to show you another thing you can do at the end of the flight that can really help you with those, like, you're flying your plane, right? You've set everything up, you've created your flight plan, you've taken off with your procedures, through your checklists, you've gone through maybe, what, 3-4 hour flight, you're coming in for landing, and Windows says, well, we need to update, mate. Save your work because we're going to restart your computer. And you're like, no, I don't want to do that. Oh my gosh, right? Well, guess what? You can actually tell your PC to say, no. And I'm not talking about suspending the update service whilst you're using your computer and updating Windows in your inactive time for Windows 10. No. I'm talking about telling the Windows update to stop, right? And you activate the Windows updates yourself. So in other words, you have to go to your settings, you have to go to updates, and you have to check up. See, I've got one pending now here. It wants to install updates on my device here, but I'm not letting it. I'm gonna do it when I want to do it. So I'm gonna go click install now when I want to do it, and it will update my machine. Because at the moment I've actually stopped. Let me bring up my task manager. Oh, it was already up. Yeah, I've actually stopped my Windows update service from running. Just completely stopped it. Now, if you just go and you click stop on this service here, it don't really stop it. It stops it for a couple of minutes, but then it'll trigger and it'll just kick back in again, and it'll just keep doing that, and it's annoying. Basically, only because, I mean, don't get me wrong, Windows needs to update. You need to let your PC update because it's security updates. It's updates relating to programs, and it helps to like performance, help your PC run smoother. So let it update by all means, but you know, when you want to update it, you know, not when the computer is saying I've got to update. You know, do it when you're not flight simming. You know, do it when you're not about to come in for a landing and suddenly the blue screen flies up and goes, sorry dude, we got to update your PC now, and you're like, no man, I was just flying. You know, it's like, yeah, do it my time, do it when I want to do it. It does mean you have to go and you have to, you know, search updates. You have to click on that every sort of other day or every day or every week, or when you're not flight simming, you have to activate those updates, and it'll download them and install them. But that's a small price to pay for, you know, completely having your flight ruined because, you know, it's, you know, deciding to update. So in like 3 minutes time, we're going to take off to the air. The cache here is building back up again. It's probably going to get to a gig. It's at 810 megabytes. Oh, there's a little plane there taking off, going off. Bye-bye. See you later, dude. So in a minute, that's just going to clear again. And yeah, basically, we're going to be good. So first off, though, one thing I want to go through. Also, during this flight, if you've got any questions, if there's anything you want to ask, if you've got some problems with your flight sim and you know you're looking for an answer, put it in the chat. Say hello if you're coming in, and put it in the chat, and I'll try my best to help you out and answer any questions. You know. So let's see here. Google Earth. Make sure I've got. I'm using Google Earth to navigate my way because, again, like, you know, I don't know the exact coordinates for Birmingham Airport. I'm not going to use navigational aid. I'm doing it VFR, so I need to know like where I'm going. Okay, I'm going to find the M6, use the motorway. I'm going to fly down and I'm going to land that way. So there we go. So right, we got about 2 minutes now, and that's going to clear, and then we're going to take off. One thing I want to say is into the 1.2 gig now it is. One thing I do want to talk about first is, like, well, first off, why am I doing this live flight? You know, why am I going live on YouTube and flying my plane? Well, for starters, I had these 2 tips that I wanted to do a video for to really help flight simmers. And I just thought, you know, doing it live and getting to chat with people is much better than just doing it on my own and then releasing the video and then people get to see it when they can. You know, it's like, it's much better to just, you know, do an actual video live, you know, and that way people can, you know, interact with it really. But also it gives me a chance to talk about why I'm doing this, why am I doing what I do, you know. I do flight simulation obviously because I love it, you know. I enjoy flying. And it's something that I've always wanted to do ever since a little lad. You know, ever since I was a little kid, I had a flight. There we go. It's empty. It's empty in the cache now. It's just gone down to 900. I'll delete that off. Ever since I was a little lad, I've loved it. For my 10th birthday, my mom back in the 80s got me a flying lesson, and there I am outside the plane that I flew. And I had an hour's flight experience. 20 minutes was in the classroom, and they were teaching me, going through safety things and all that. And yeah, I got on the cockpit, and went up and I flew around Texas and absolutely loved it. In fact, I got to take the controls for like 30 minutes. And he was going right, left, right. Obviously, he had the other stick, you know, like a 10-year-old fly a plane. He was also in control, but I was in control of the plane. He just sort of like, if we were going to go down, he would take control back again. But I got the flight bug from that, you know. I loved it. And I've sort of like always wanted to fly because of it, you know. Let me just clear this task scheduler. There we go. Triggered desktop. Lovely. It's doing it. It's doing its thing. Make sure it's still doing it. 1 gig. It'll clear again. So yeah. Let me just get rid of the menu bar. There we go. And we don't need our frames per second up all the time. So there we go. So it's something that I really enjoyed. And because I was flying back and forth, because I live in the UK, but I used to live in Texas, so we used to fly on DC-10s all the time, and I loved to fly. And it's like becoming a pilot was something I always wanted to do from a very early age. But you know, you kind of think, oh, you've got to be like a brain surgeon, you've got to be like a scientist, you've got to have like a mega intelligent mind in order to do this, right? And no one ever really told me, well, you know, you can just sort of try hard and do it that way. So I never really went down as a 13-year-old down the avenue, but it never occurred to me anyway to do it because I developed epilepsy as well, and when I was like 14, and it's been with me for my whole entire life. Epilepsy has followed me around wherever I go. So for me, becoming a pilot now is totally out of the question because I'll never be able to complete that basic PPL, you know, to gain your private pilot's license, which is fly solo, which is what we're about to do. I'll never be able to do that because being epileptic, I can't fly a solo plane by myself. I'd always have to have somebody with me. So effectively, I could fly an airline. I could fly because there's also co-pilot and that, and it's like you're never alone in that situation. But unfortunately, you need your private pilot's license in order to become an airline pilot. So catch-22 in it, man. So I'm sort of out of luck there. So the best thing I can do is flight simulation, you know. But I can learn the PPL, you know, everything needed for your PPL license. You know, I can get all the reading material, and there's 5 of these books. And I can actually learn up on the procedures and everything just like a pilot would, and actually go out and do it as well. I can go to my plane, the C152, and fly just like the pilot would, you know. But yeah, I've never in real life, unfortunately, because of my epilepsy. So let's get in the plane. Let's see here what we got. Here we are in the plane now. I'm using just a joystick, by the way. I used to have like more space than I've got now. I used to have my yoke. I got a GoPro flight yoke, rudder pedals. I had the throttle quadrants. I even had a trim wheel. I even had a navigational panel. I even had an FMC for the bigger jets and all that. Unfortunately, you know, moving and like I haven't fully moved, but where I am now, it doesn't give me the space I've got, and I probably won't have that space for at least another 2-3 years. So for now, I'm using a joystick that's got the rudder action, and it's also got the throttle on it. So for me, that's all I'm using. So it's quite difficult to fly a Cessna with a joystick. I found that out when you're so used to using a proper yoke, you know what I mean? So right, let's get the old rule book out. I'm going to talk as well whilst we're flying about, you know, like if you're coming to my channel fresh, welcome. I've got plenty of other flight sim videos available on my channel. I've got a whole playlist dedicated to P3D where I've been installing bit by bit everything into my sim. I've also got a first flights playlist where I get into a plane I've never flown before, like the 737 or the 747, and I just get it into the air and try and land it. I successfully did the DC-10 landing, but there were plenty of other aircraft where, well, it wasn't so successful. So go check them out. They're really interesting. And I even did a guide to flight simulation series as well. Really helpful. Tips and tricks on how to get into flight simulation and also sort of maximize your computer and how to have a really flawless flight sim experience. So let's get to these checks and we can take off. My pre-flight checks. Now, I did do a flight plan, and I've, in fact, I need to go and click Fly Now on Project Fly. I've got Project Fly going, so we're going to click Fly Now, and it's going to, we're connected to Sim, lovely. We're not on VAT Sim, so we don't need to do that. Where's the radar map? Let me see if I can find us. Where's the map gone? In fact, I'll tell you what, let me bring it up as well on my other PC, so I can see it independently, because the map ain't showing on here. I don't know where we are on here. So I'll just go back to the bookings were in progress. Oh, there we are, radar then. Let me go back, radar, there we go. No, same thing really. Right, I'll just stick to the progress. We'll minimize that. And I'll bring it up on this PC. And right, so the clock's been ticking. It says 11 o'clock on there. What do we got? 25 to. Let me just get the time set. Oh, wrong one. World time and season, system time. There we go. Let it load back in. What would you like me to do? Flight is in progress. Would you like to resume? Yeah, man, resume it. I want to see the radar. There we go. There we go. That's better. I can see that radar much better than I can on the other PC. There I am, the blue dot. Cool. Chester. Right. I'm going to use this as a kind of Birmingham. I'm going to use this as kind of weird navigational tool. So we need to be able to see Birmingham and that at the same time. There we go. But I can't see the chat now. I need to be able to see the chat. So what am I going to do? I'll just minimize this. Can I minimize it? You can't minimize it, man. You can't shrink Project Fly down. That's weird, man. I'll just have to minimize the tray then. Right. Oh, this is like loading up a whole new thing. Right. Okay. Well, there you go. I mean, I would have thought it would have kept the same time because I did put it to the time of the day, but right, okay, whatever. It should load up faster anyway because nothing's changed. Oh, unless it loads up like a default flight or something. No, it won't do that. It won't do that. Right. Okay. Pre-flight. It says cockpit control lock remove. We've already done that. Parking brake set. It is. Mixture idle cutoff, which I believe it is, and ignition switch off. Master switch on, which that isn't, so that's where we're up to. We'll just leave that now and then wait for this to load up, which it should take less time because we did the old memory cache performance thing, which it's got to clear yet, so that will clear and then this will zip past. Right. Whilst we're waiting for that, if you're coming in, say hi in the chat. We're going to go from Wales to Birmingham. We're going to visual flight rule it and hopefully find our way. I've got Project Fly up on the other computer here. And I'm using it as kind of a weird radar because I'm using visual flight rules for this. And oh, actually, yeah, there's a way I can do both at the same time. If I put that there and then put that there, we go. Now I can see him. Cool. That's that. So yeah, I'm using it as kind of a weird weird radar, so I can find my way. The flight itself should only take like 5-10 minutes, maybe 30 minutes max. I don't really know. I've never flown it before, so this is a first time, and this is also kind of like a first solo flight completely. It's something I booked into Project Fly, and we're gonna do it for real. Like, I've never really used Project Fly properly. I've loaded all my planes into Project Fly, but never really booked a flight and flown and then ended it and done everything. This is kind of like a first time for me. So, but I've got my checklists, and we're going to go through it. Say the reason I'm doing this is mainly to sort of explain where I'm up to with my flight simulation as well, because if you've seen my other videos, I've got loads on flight simulation, loads of me installing into my flight sim various add-ons, various sceneries. Some of them looked good, some of them didn't. I had to take them out. Some of them wrecked my sim, and I had to start again. And I, unfortunately, had recently a disastrous crash on my PC. My hard drive, well, not my hard drive, it was the operating system itself, Windows. You know, it was doing an update, and it just didn't update properly, and it just corrupted the operating system. And it wouldn't load my Windows 10. It would try and load it, and then it would restart, and it would try and load it again, and it would restart, and it would try and load it again, and it just wasn't happening. It was really, really weird. So what I decided to do was like try and obviously troubleshoot it, try and uninstall updates that were perhaps causing it, try and get Windows to fix itself, but I couldn't get to that menu. And when I did get to that menu via a USB stick, it was saying, sorry, we can't help you, dude. You're on your own. So I was like, oh man, everything's on my hard drive, everything's on that computer. What am I gonna do? And yeah, nothing problem there. What am I gonna do? And it was like, So let me get rid of that. There we go. Oh, that's there now. So what I basically did was I had to take my hard drive out, empty my hard drive, completely, and then reinstall Windows. Like I had to save all my files, move all my things, make a list of all the programs I had on there, and then just wipe it and start again. And it was like, and it was pretty devastating because my computer that I've got, like, it was built by Chillblast, okay, really good PC makers. It's the Nimbus 3. It's the one that Matt Davey still uses today. He has tweaked it with more memory, I think, but he still uses the Nimbus 3 to stream on Twitch and to run his flight sim on Twitch. And it's a really good PC. I like really good. It can do a lot, and it just, for some reason, the operating system let it down, And the guys at Chillblast were really good. They helped me to restore it. They helped me to bring it back to life, because otherwise I'd be, out of luck, really. So, yeah. So here we are in Wales. This is the Airbus factory. This is where they make the wings for the A380, and this is in Chester, which is kind of on the border of Wales and England. And we are flying the C152, so let's get in. Right, let's see about our things. Now, I want to remove that because that's going to do me head in. Oh, not that. That. Oh, hello. Can I not remove that? Is that not going to remove? They should disappear, they should. Oh? Well, that's unfortunate, because I'm going to have a little problem seeing my tickers here. That should remove. That's I don't know why that's not doing that, really. That's so weird. Oh gosh. Right, that doesn't happen usually. I don't know what to say, but I can't get to my switches completely. So let's put the master switch on. What do we got here? Fuel gauges. Check the quantity of the fuel gauges. We should have full fuel, to be honest. Yeah, we have got full fuel. Flap set to 30, so yeah, they're already set. Master switch off. Okay, that was well worth it. And then what you're meant to do is go out and do the walk around, which we're gonna skip, because we kind of have seen it from the outside. In fact, no, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's just make sure everything is working like it should. Why is that not moving? Here we go, here we go. Problems afoot. Let's get in. Let's. It might be because that is set. There we go. That's moving now. Okay. Tail's moving. That's moving. Not exactly moving much though, are they? Look at that. That's very minor movement, that is. There we go, that's better. That was weird. Okay. Is that moving? Yeah, that's moving. Okay, well, we're all good to go there. Okay. So, engine starting. Mixture full rich. So, mixture is full rich, yep. Carburetor heat off. To be honest, I can't really see that because this blade thing's in the way. Oh, there we go. It's gone now. Oh, that was why, because I had the lock on. That's why. Duh, my life. What am I like, eh? What am I like? Right, carburetor on, dude. That's fine. Throttle open 1/2 inch. Well, that's open. That's. Hang on, is this reversed? That might be reversed a little bit. That's down to 0, but it's fully in, so let me push that in. No, okay, well, if you say that's it, but then we'll believe you, dude. Right, so master switch on. Done, check, right? Ooh, everything moves. Engine switch. Who's got the keys? Anybody got the keys? You got the keys to the plane? Right, turn the switch, basically. Ignition switch to start. How do I... Where's the key? The key's not there. Dude, who's took the key? Where's the key gone? Oh, my life. Why is the key not there? Why is the key not there? How can I start this plane? There we go. Who took the keys? Like, that was so weird. I've never seen that before. Right, okay. Ignition switch, both check the oil pressure. Oil pressure is okay, we're gonna say. Yeah, why not? Throttle, open that up to 1,000. Oh, hang on, it should have started the engine by now, shouldn't it? Why didn't it start? Oh, I didn't prime the I didn't prime it. Pump the fuel in, mate. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Try that again. Clear, by the way, clear. Forgot to say that. Right, so we're open. Get that at 1,000. 1,000. There we go. 1,000 RPM. There we go. Right, so let's set some lights on here. Dome, pitotes. They should have already gone on. Strobe. Don't need landing beacon on. Right, we're not using ATC, by the way, guys. So I need some more room here. Right. Let's have a look around. Right, parking brake. Release the parking brake. Here we go. Oop, did I just put the flaps up then? I think I did. There we go, let's put them back up. There we go. Right, parking brake released. So, let's, I don't even know where I'm guessing the runway is there. I'm guessing he's taken off. So, I think we're going to need to go down that way. So we're going to go that way. Okay, so let's advance the plane and turn. I think I've just advanced the throttles a little bit too much. We don't want to take off from here. So here we go. I think we're going a bit too fast. Well, hopefully I can turn down here. Doesn't look too spacious. You know what? I don't think the planes are supposed to come down this way. Yeah. This ain't the proper way to go, is it, guys? Oh dear me. Right, well, We'll just go on the grass. Nobody's seen us. Nobody knows. Alright, guys. Come on, guys. Alright, right, here we go. Twist that. Do you know what? I suppose I better have my headset on so I can hear what's going on with the engine. So, yeah. Get the full immersion, you know. So, I don't know which way we're going to be taking off from, but I think it's kind of, we're heading at a northerly pace at the moment. So why did I say get into flight simulation? Was because I wanted to learn to fly. I wanted to learn the procedures and everything to take off, not take off, but to fly a plane, and you know, also like the big airliners. I want to learn how to fly them as well. So that's what I use. And about 3 years ago, I decided, well, you know, I'm not going to be able to do it in real life, sadly, because of my epilepsy. So I'm going to do it in simulation. So I bought the best PC, I got the best peripherals, I got the best software at the time that I felt was that, and I started to put everything together and do this. And yeah, it's something that I really enjoy. I get a big kick out of, you know, flying around and kind of like getting to see the world. Do you know what? I don't think the runway is here. Where the hell is the runway? I think the runway's like there, isn't it? Let's go down here. That's the runway there. So I mean, we got plenty of fuel. We don't need to worry about running out of fuel and that. I mean, I think we are now pointing directly at Birmingham, according to the Project Fly map there. You know, we are pointed directly in Birmingham's way. So, definitely, yeah. Righty-ho. Right, let's go find this runway now. Here we are, this is the runway. Am I at the top end? I am indeed. Right. We're not using ATC, so I'm not going to be getting clearance or anything like that. It's a beautiful day. Do you know what? I just kind of feel, for some reason, let me just pause this for a split second. I just kind of feel that Active Sky ain't injecting things in. It is connected. We are running live weather. Ah, we weren't. That's why. You know what? I just got the feeling that it wasn't coming in properly like it should. I'm running Skyforce Rex as well. Close that. Yeah. So there we go. It should now just suddenly fill with a load of weather. I don't know. For me, it looks too barren up there, and it is a nice day outside, but I don't know, for some reason I just felt something was amiss. So in a minute, it's just going to suddenly load up, I think.
Approaching 2, 3.
Right. Okay, so let's get onto this runway. We are now facing north. So let's taxi onto the runway. So we're here at the Airbus factory. I'm just going to park it up here.
2, 3.
Here we are. Let's just put, there's the weather. Right, let's just put the park and brake on. Oh, it's not B for brakes, is it? What's the park and brake? Let's just do it manually. Right, so what am I running? What am I using, guys? Well, again, like I said, I haven't updated to 4.5. I kind of wait a few months before I update. I've only recently updated to 4.4. So yeah. At the moment, I'm running Orbx UK for the region. I've also got Orbx Global Base and Orbx Land Class and Orbx Vector, but I use the Vector in conjunction with, and I don't know if it makes for conflicts, but I use it in conjunction with Chris Bell's Vector as well. The blue marble stuff, which I use for my night lighting as well. The black marble base. I also run, as you can see, Active Sky and Skyforce Rex. With this cloud art, I have injected Invectix textures into the cloud art, so we've replaced them textures with Inventex textures. I also use PTA, and I use the tomato shade PTA with it. I've got Airports Rex HD, and we're going to be landing at the UK 2000 Birmingham Airport. So I've got quite a lot of stuff running, to be fair. And as you can hear, I've got RAS awareness running, the flight advisory, running as well. So we best keep her quiet. We best take off. So let's rev this sucker up. Full throttle it. Let's go. Here we go. Now the flight controls of this might be very sensitive. I find, so we might be a bit type of thing. So well, it's not. It's all right for me, love, because I'm in a Cessna. So in a second, it's just literally going to lift in the air. This sucker is nuclear, and it's going to take a... No, it's not. It's honestly, it just lifts in the air, and when it does, we can bring our flaps up now, and we can steadily climb at a nice small rate up to 3,000 feet. And we're only going to go to 3,000 feet because that is the limits of which you can just fly and not have to worry about other planes. And oh, it's a bit windy. You can feel that on the stick. Well, I can't feel it, but I can sense it. Like a Jedi I am. Right. Okay. So now, I mean, we haven't even done the before takeoff checklist. We completely skipped that, by the way. Right. Oh dear. Let's. Well, we don't need to worry about the mixture, do we? We're not even using radio, guys. We're not using the radio at all. So we've done takeoff, flaps up, full throttle, all that loveliness, and we're climbing. We're climbing between 70 and 80 miles an hour. No, we're doing about 60. So we're actually climbing too steeply. So I need to sort of bring it down a little bit to about there, so I can gain. There we go, 70 to 80. Now that's better. We're climbing too high. We're like that. We need to be like that. Whoa, easy, tiger. Right. So right now we're going a heading of 210. So I feel like we need to do a turn when we reach 1500. So we're going to do a turn in a moment. Elevator trim. Yeah, we need to adjust our trim wheel. Which I have set it to a button, so let me just start adjusting that. Take off. In fact, we can adjust it so it can climb. Whoa, we're going a bit too high there. Let's nose down a bit, nose down a bit. There we go. We'll adjust the trim of the aircraft rather than, so nose down, nose down. I mean, the wind is kicking us actually for our turn, so we're gonna do our turn now. And I reckon we need to do to 150. So we're gonna go 150 and still trim that down a bit. Go in a bit. There we go. 150. We're still climbing way too much, like too high. Let's just tilt our nose down a bit. Right, there we go. It's a beautiful day here in England. Look at that. Let's just, what does it look like from behind? Nice, yeah, nice. That's the co-pilot's view. And he's looking out his window going, oh, lovely. You can see my school from here. And, yeah, nice views, nice views. Let's see here, that's what it looks like from there. Looks alright, man. Looks alright. I do have a view as well, but I can't find it, to be fair. I do have a view from the back seat. If you're a passenger, and there's no pilots! Oh my god, there's nobody flying a plane. It's a ghost plane. Oh, sugar. Right. That's why I guess you don't mess about in planes. So you can start diving towards the earth. Alright, we need to nose up a bit here. Let's nose it up. Right, we're going to keep this heading of 150 for a bit. Again, I don't know how long it's going to take to get to Birmingham. So, nose down now. So if you're coming in, say hi in the chat. And we're flying from Wales all the way to Birmingham. Whoa, hang on, we're going nose up there, yeah. Too far, there we go. Right, so we're climbing, we're hitting our 3,000 limits. This is the ceiling for us. Let me just make sure our barometer is correct there. There we go. So we can't climb anymore now, that's it. We're at 3,000. So that's it. We got to level out now, and that's all we can do. That's all she wrote. Can't go any higher, guys, otherwise we're breaking the law. So let's nose this up a bit, because we're now descending. Trim it off. Got a few aircraft in front of us, and we've got a lovely view out the side there. Look at that. So I'm using, this is Orbex UK. I haven't got True Earth yet. I do want to get True Earth, but I kind of feel like, you know, I've just spent like, I think a couple of years back I spent nearly £100 getting the UK region, and now they've released something slightly better. It's like, I kind of want to get it, but we're off course here. We're off course. Let's get back on course, and we're above our limit. We're gonna have ATC contacting us saying, "Oi, get down and boogie," because you're way above 3,000 by 200 feet. Which there is a little give and take. There is like a little window, I think, of about 80 feet or something, 100 feet maybe, before they start having a go at you. But we don't want to kick anybody off. We don't want to piss anybody off. So I've literally got to fly this manual, by the way, all the way to Birmingham, simply because there's no autopilot in a C152. This thing doesn't have autopilot. So, oh man, we didn't put our taxi lights on, which, well, that's that. We should have put our taxi lights on. So, got the strobe on. Which one's that? Beacon navigational pito. Oh gosh, getting thrown around here. Thrown around. Right. Can't really hear. It's really quite loud. There we go. Right. Gosh. Whoa! Whoa! Do you know what, dudes? I don't know if we're going to be able to butter the bread in this thing. I'm not used to like fighter jet joystick controls. I'm used to an actual, you know, yoke. And this is crazy. This is. Do you know what? We need to reduce our power. We're going like 120 miles an hour. Bring it back up a bit. Reduce it down to 80. We're going way too fast. You know, it's probably a good thing I'm not allowed a PPL, you know? Danger in the skies. Right. Nose up a bit, I think. There we go. Things are steadying off now. Okay? Things are steadying off. Whew. There we go. We're about 90 miles an hour, which is about right for a flight. 150 in it. We're just leaving Wrexham, to be honest. We're just flying over Wrexham. So, according to Project Fly, we're approaching Whitchurch. Our halfway point to Birmingham is Newport, which is in the distance. So, right. So yeah, basically what had happened is I started to install my flight simulator, and I got it to the way I wanted it. Really nice 4K graphics. I've got a 4K TV, and I was using that as a monitor, and it was really nice, really smooth as well. But when I recorded a video, it would stutter slightly, but not a major problem. But I still got good frames. Like now, I'm not making any videos. I'm getting 60 frames, and that's good for me, except for then when I just started. But yeah, it was perfect flying for me, and I had loads of stuff installed. Now I don't do all that. I just I put in what I'm going to use at the time, you know. Which I didn't check my scenery library actually. Oh hello, we're coming into a bit of cloud here. Well, let's hope it doesn't do too much bother with us. We need to rev it up a bit. My flaps are all the way up. Okay. So yeah. But then I lost my computer, the great computer crash of 2019 it was, and I had to basically remove everything and start again. So I'm still in the process of putting things in, but I'm only going to put things in when I'm actually going to fly on this time, and really take care of the computer. So that's basically where I'm up to, and the reason I got this whole thing in the first place was so I can learn the proper procedures, you know, and utilize these books. So, you know, there's one on navigation meteorology, and this is the book that pilots would use to obtain their PPL license, you know. These are the actual books that they require in order to. So air law, operations, procedures, and communications, you know, that's the actual book. So I'm reading all that stuff. I got one hand on the wheel. We're going down. Let's recover this baby here. We seem to have lost a bit here. Maybe hit an air pocket or something. There we go. There we go. Get back on. There we go. I got it. I got it. So where are we? We're just flying over Whitchurch. I think I'm going to need to turn 120. I mean, if we were in this for real, our stomachs would be all over the place, I imagine. I mean, I'm like danger pilot. There we go, 120, we're heading now. I think we're going to have to turn east as well. Might have to do an east approach. I don't know exactly which heading the runway is, because I haven't even looked it up, man. We should get at Birmingham Airport. As a thingy, let me get it up here. EGB. Oh no, that's the wrong one. I'm using the wrong keyboard, man. Keyboard's down here. EGBB. There we go. I started hitting things. I don't know what I've done. Right? I said EG. What does EG do in the simulation? Oh my gosh. I don't know. Hopefully nothing. Started using the wrong keyboard there. Oh my gosh. Right. Birmingham Airport. Let's use Sky Vector, that'll do me. We need to get our approach sorted here. Here we go. Birmingham Airport, EGBB has 2 runways, heading 150 and 330. So there we go. Yeah, we'll do that then when it comes to it. We don't need Google Earth now, actually. I've got Google Earth up, but I don't really need that anymore. Because I'm using Project Fly as my Google Earth, my navigational. I mean, I did say VFR, but I haven't really done much VFR. We've got an airport off to our right there. Which one's that? I don't know. Must be one somewhere by Newport, I'm guessing. No. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Nothing we need. So, sadly, unfortunately, like the PC that I've got is the Chillblast Nimbus 3. Really good. It handles the sim beautifully, and it would record in HD if I needed it to, full 1080p. Unfortunately, I'm using a different computer to stream. I stream with this other PC, and it can't handle full 1080p in its stream. It can only do 720p, sadly. So it's like I've got 1080p in my sim, but in the stream, it's only 720p, I'm afraid. So, but when I do make videos, I will use this PC to record the footage with, rather than stream it. So we will get full 1080p. So the videos that I do offline will be full 1080p, you know, footage, and then the streams that I do online will be 720p. But I don't really think you're going to tell how much of a difference, to be fair. As long as it's smooth, that's the main thing. And I'm really wishing now that I had brought a drink with me, because my mouth is a bit watery. But I can't stop, that's it. There's no pause button once you're in. So, have a look what we got here. Very nice. Houses and farms down there. Of course there. Very nice. So, camera system I use is Chase Plane. And I also have got Terraflora trees put in as well, which just basically replace the Orbex ones, and they do look nice, but I don't actually think they're fully displayed because there's something I need to do to activate them. So I don't think they're fully displaying in the sim. There's something I might need to go and do first before it activates. So if you're coming in, say hello in the chat. If you've got any issues with your flight sim, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask me. I showed a simple technique to give a smoother sim performance and smoother frames and a smoother PC overall. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you another trick to prevent Windows from crashing your landing by trying to update your PC mid-flight. So as soon as we land, I'll show you that. So I think we need to get back on course here. We're slightly off course. Let's go back to 120. There we go. 120. Dipping down. Let me put my trim up a bit. A bit too much. It's a bit tricky. It's a bit dicey, man. Right, we're approaching Newport, which is our halfway mark. So yeah, it's about a 30-minute flight here. I don't know how long the stream's been going for, but in fact, let me just check my phone. Let me just check the stream with the audio of the sim as well, because I didn't actually check to see what's the quality. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Interactive, straight away. There you go. That's fine. So, C152. If there's any place you want to see this puppy fly to, if there's any locations you want me to fly, let me know. I have put... actually, no, I haven't. Let me do that now. I will put a list of everything I have in my sim. Let me try to do this with one hand on the wheel here. So, you'll have to forgive me, guys, if I'm blowing off course, I know that. And I'm way over my thingy. That needs to go down, that trim wheel needs to... Trim that sucker down. Let's go down a bit. Let's take it down. Downtown. I'm just going to put a list in the chat of every piece of scenery and everything I have. Let me just find it first. There we go. I'm trying to do this one-handed here. I don't think pilots are really meant to be doing this like this. So. There we go. Pause that. Oh, wait. Alright. Right, that's that. Right, software. Copy and paste. That's that. Don't know if that messed anything up or not. And I don't even know. Oh, I'm over my allowance there for. Hang on. I've put too many words in, so let's delete that. Oh, we're stalling. We're stalling. We're way over our thingy as well. This is what happens when you take your eye off the ball, man. Get some speed up and descend. Trim that sucker down. There we go. Right, let's do that again. Paste. Oh no, it doesn't do it properly. Ah, that's such a shame. Right, delete. Hang on. Control A, delete. Right, I'm gonna have to put it in the description below. So I'll add it to the bottom bit. There we go. Software, paste, and update it. So it should now appear. If you refresh the page, and for anybody watching live now, just refresh your page and it will appear below everything I have. Okay, like everything I'm using is underneath streaming PC, but underneath that is everything I have. So if there's any place you want me to fly in that, then just let me know. You know what I've got now, guys. Right, we're still too high, man. Let's go down a bit, let our trim. So, we're just approaching Newport now. And on the horizon is Wolverhampton, which should be to our right. Should be over there somewhere, Wolverhampton, into the distance. Right, here we go. Gotta keep it level, man. Gotta keep it level. 120 miles an hour almost. Whoa, we're going way too fast. That's there we go. Drop the speed a bit. Yeah, keep it about 1800 RPM. That's good for me. We're dropping our vertical speed, which means we're going to go faster, which we don't want to do. We want it to maintain. Oh, why does it stay? Why is it? Seems to just want to descend. It's trying to descend on this plane. So yeah, so the C152, if there's any place in the world you want me to go fly, let me know in the chat below or in the comments of this video, and we'll make a live flight and we'll go flying. I've got pretty much anywhere in the world, anywhere where the C152 can fly. I don't think it's going to do too well in Antarctica, so please don't request that one, I'm afraid. But anywhere, yeah. And I'll also boot up in the future my C172 and C182 as well, and I'll use all three of them at different locations around the world. But the thing is, if, like, I'm going to Birmingham now, okay, so this C152 is going to be situated at Birmingham, okay, so if I get a request for Australia, then I'll go and use my C172 and I'll fly that one to Australia, and wherever it lands is where it's got to take off from, and then the next destination, yeah, for what the fuel tanks will allow. So really, I've got a C172 and I've got a C182, and I've also got a Comanche as well, which is I believe a twin engine plane. I think the Bonanza, which is a single engine. So I have got plenty of planes for the requests, but what I want to do is I want to do an actual flight where you start off in one location, we fly to somewhere, and then that's our starting point for the next flight. So it's wherever we can fly in that sort of thing. That's kind of what I want to do. Let me put my headset on, it's a bit better there. So yeah, put your requests down for these planes, and eventually we're going to work our way up to twin engine planes and then the jets. We are still way too high. We need to descend here. Let's descend. Let's do a rapid. There we go. Bring that back up. There we go. Right, so let's get back on course because we're drifting as well. We're going east, so we need to be going 120. So let's go 150 actually. There we go. Trim up our nose a bit. Hey, alright. Hey. Let's get back on course. So Wolverhampton is sort of into the distance, a little bit to the right, which is probably that grey blotch down there, to be honest. Unless that's Newport. Newport, we should be literally on our... There, that's Newport there. That must be Wolverhampton. Which Birmingham is out there somewhere. In fact, I think Birmingham is that blodge over there. Let's have a look. Birmingham is over there. That's got to be Birmingham there. So, runway is, what did I say, 330? Hang on. Let's get our Birmingham. Our runways are 150, 330. Whoa. So we are running 150, but I think we need to... Oh man, it's blowing us. Got a wind here. Hang on, we're at 2,000 feet. What the monkeys? Right, we need to climb. We need to go up here. We're at 2,000 feet. We're supposed to be at 3,000 feet. Why have we gone that low? I don't know how we've gone that low. You take your eye off the ball, man. That's what happens. You've got to climb back up. 3,000 feet, man. I'm just going to do a nice steady climb. How has that happened? That's so weird, man. 11:15. I've got 20 past. Sim time doesn't run exactly dead on real time, does it? A bit weird. Right, we're going up way too high here, climbing. A bit too fast. So that's Wolverhampton, that big blodge of thing. So we should be coming. Coventry is close to Cosford, where the flight sim show and that was, which maybe we'll fly over. Who knows? Maybe it'll be one of the flights from Birmingham going to Cosford, landing there. Who knows? Ooh, still need to climb, mate. Climb. There we go. There we go. I tell you, I do miss the yoke. I really do. It's no yoke. I do miss it. Flying with a joystick is not pretty. Right, let's trim down now. We're climbing way too high. Let's get back on our 150. Oh man. And just let this sucker fly itself. Well, I tell you, I'm kind of disappointed at the turnout here. I really thought there'd be more, like, there'd be people joining. I really did. Such a shame. Oh, man. Going way too fast again. Really could do with an autopilot. I really could. You know, I can't wait for autopilot days, like, just to take the load off a little bit. But I do enjoy the flying, so. Alright, we're going down again. There we go. I think we're going a bit too slow. There we go. We are. Whoa. How have we gotten off course again? The wind. The wind's blowing us, man. Let's get out back on 150. Right, here we go. It's trying to descend again. This plane has got a mind of its own. Gosh. A plane up there, the Airbus A319 up there. My traffic is Ultimate Traffic Live. I also do have Global Traffic, or Traffic Global, whatever it's called, but I haven't got it activated because I'm using Ultimate Traffic Live. I find Ultimate Traffic Live a bit better, a bit more reliable. Traffic Global is still in its beta testing phase, so and neither of them have older aircrafts. Can you believe it? Like DC-10, man, I want to see a DC-10 flying around. And not a freight either. I want to see an airline DC-10. They don't. Neither program does that. Such a shame. Right. Oh, gosh. Man, you can't fall asleep at the wheel here. Right, so we're coming up on Wolverhampton on our right over there. And on our left, out to the distance, far in the distance, is Lichfield. And that will be coming down to Birmingham. Too low a bit here. We need to stay at 3,000. Let's descend a bit. Man, I should have had that coffee, man. I should have a coffee with me. I really wish I did. My feet are itching to be steering on rudder pedals, you know? Yeah, I wish I... It's going to be a couple of years before I get my full flight sim set up again, which is fine. You know, the trade-off for what I have here is fine. You know, it's well worth it. But I will look forward to the day. Oh, golf course down there. I will look forward to the day of when I get the full experience back up and running. Right. So we're right on track for Birmingham. We probably will see the airport coming into distance soon. It is on a 150, so hopefully it should be coming up in our view. I don't know which way the wind's blowing. I didn't really listen to the thingy report. We should get the radio on and we should listen to the weather report. I know which way the wind's blowing. But I'm going to land it regardless of which way the wind's blowing. Alright? We're going to land it. If we don't crash it before that. Right. So, what does our checklists also say? We're at cruise, so it wants us to be about 2,000 RPM, which is kind of, we're just under it. So, I think I will nudge it up a bit. There we go. 2,000, there we go. What else does it say? We need to adjust the elevator trim, which is what we're trying to do. And the mixture needs to be lean. Oh. Lean the mixture, right? Okay. So mixture off, or lean it off a bit, and then we just trim this sucker for flight. Go. Now when we come into landing, I'm just going to go through what the checklist is now, because I may not be able to follow it whilst I'm coming in for a landing. But it says here airspeed needs to be with flaps up 60 to 70 knots indicated airspeed. Flaps is as required below 85 knots indicated airspeed, and touchdown main wheels first, so you know, just like any other plane really, and then lower the nose wheel gently for a landing roll. Braking very minimal, just let it roll to a stop. And this is not a short field landing, we're going to have the full runway length, so we don't need to worry about that. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty basic, to be fair. So I think we're going to easily do this, guys. In fact, I think I might be able to see the airport. In fact, this airplane here, Boeing 747, which is coming in behind me, I can't actually see it on Project Fly, to be fair. So I don't know what that's all about. Oh, because we're not connected to the VATSIM, that's why. We're not actually flying VATSIM, so that's why I don't see it on Project Fly. But I do see other planes, like we are following another plane. What's that plane we're following? We are following he took off from Echo Golf November Mike, and he's off to Lipa. He's off to what's that, Ibiza, and he's in an executive jet by the looks of it. So there you go. Right, let's go to 120 now, so we can hit our Birmingham. We're slightly above our allowed height. I think that is the runway down there. I really do think I can see the runway there, just off to the distance there. Definitely looks like it there in the corner. You see it? I reckon that's it. So, ooh, we need to go down a bit there. We need to find, and we need to make sure we're landing at the right airport. We're not landing at like Wolverhampton Airport or something like that. It needs to be Birmingham Airport, otherwise it's not a successful, you know, rating. Is that the airport? Oh, no, I don't think that is the airport actually. That might be like the Villa Ground or something. No, I don't think that is the airport. Ugh. Oh, it's really the wind is really whipping now. Right. So basically using like sat-nav. I'm using Project Fly as like a sat-nav type of thing in order to get me where I want to go. Bit cheating, I know, but VORs, that's the old way of doing things, you know, guys. I'm using Project Fly as my VOR, okay? Yeah, I reckon that's definitely, so that's Birmingham there, I think. Definitely off to our right, just here, oh no, just here, that's Birmingham. So I don't think that's the Villa, that must be the Aston Villa Stadium right there. And is that might possibly be something there, I don't know, but we need to find the runway. We need to get the runway going. 150 and 330. There's the runway, I see it. There. Right, let's get over. We're gonna come in for a landing. I think we're right on the money, to be fair. We are right on the money, I believe. Let's go to 150. We might be able to come right in for a landing, like straight away. No massive. I'm not using ATC, as you can see, so forget that. We're coming in hot to trot, guys. Right, so we need to lower our airspeed a bit, so we're going to go down to 1800 or 1900 for our RPM. And we are right on that money, I think. I really think we're coming in for it now, guys. We haven't activated any navigational stuff here. I haven't utilized that. Maybe in the future I will, but this has been completely VFR. So no navigational aids. There's Birmingham there. Right there, there's Birmingham. My hometown, my home city. Hello, Birmingham. I'm coming home. I'm coming in, guys. And we're right on the money. We're literally going to fly right over Birmingham. That's Aston Villa Football Stadium right there. Look at that. That's Birmingham land. Birmingham land. That must be the motorway that goes through the M6 or something. Pretty much what we followed, I think, the M6 straight in. So right, we are coming in now. There is literally nobody behind us on Project Fly, and I don't think there's anybody behind us in the sim either. So we are coming in. Oh, ooh, didn't like that. That must be the scenery kicking in. Right, Spaghetti Junction there, where Ready Player One was filmed, which means somewhere around here is where I am right now. So now we're at 3,000 feet, and we're going to remain at 3,000 feet until we cross that motorway, and then we're going to drop to 2,000 feet. Okay? Because we are right on the money. We're going to do this, guys. We're going to come in. We're going to do this. We're going to butter the bread. We're going to land it. Here we go. Actually, I think the runway might be like that. So we might need to do a turn to 120 just so we can turn again to 150 in order to line up. So have a look at the old window. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, somebody's stolen the road here. What's this going on here? Someone's taken the road. Ah, these thieves, man. These thieves. Right. Let's turn it now to 150. Worst turn in history that was just then. Oh my gosh, that is so embarrassing. That's the worst turn I've ever done. It's just I just done it like quick. Right. We're coming in, guys. Right. We're now going to go down to. We're now going down to 2,000 feet. So we're going to give it first stage flaps, I believe. Whoa, easy. God, it's so sensitive, this joystick. Whoa, 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 cowboy! What's going on? Easy, Tiger. Whoa. That was a bit abrupt. What's going on, man, with this? Right. Oh, my gosh. What is... This is so weird, this is. Right, we're at the right trim level. I've just put my parking brake on for some reason. I don't know why. Right, we need to be at 2,000 feet. We're... Why is it... Here we go. We're coming in now. That's it. We need to come down now. Start descending even down to 1,000, I think. Yeah, let's do this. Let's get it down. So 60 to 70 miles an hour, which means we're going way... Whoa, why does it keep dipping like that? This joystick, the inputs are... Honestly, I need to sort them out. Look at that. It just dips suddenly like that. Way too much. Way too much. We need to get down. We need to get down. We need to get down. Let's get down. We're coming in, guys. We're coming in. There's 2 planes on Project Fly behind me right now. 2 planes. I hope they're not going to be like... I mean, I know they're not going to be in my sim, but there's 2 planes behind me. I will join up with that sim and all that in the future, but for now, we're offline. Right, we're way too high. Second stage of flaps. Lower the thingy. In fact, we need to mixture this in. My throttle ain't right. There's a plane on the runway. Oh my gosh. There's a plane on the runway, guys. Can you believe it? 2, and there's another one. Yeah, I know that, love. I know. It's my throttle. It won't play ball. Oh, man. Are we not going to get to butter this bread? Is it going to be more like toast? Come on, I'm wrestling it. We're coming in way too fast. Alright, come on, let's get this sorted. I think. Why am I going up? I keep going up. We're at 1,000 feet, man. We're way too high. Way too high. Right, here we go. We're going to follow this plane in. Oh, man. Alright, that's the last stage of flaps. Too early deployed. Way too early. That plane is going to enter onto the runway. He thinks he's going on. He thinks he... Honestly. Dude, I'm coming in to land. Here we go. Oh. It's going to be a crash. It's going to be a crash. There we go, guys. We landed it. We're alive. Oh, gosh. Right, we got to get off the runway. Take this taxiway. Or not. It wouldn't turn quick enough, so we're going to have to speed up and take the right, the next right. Flaps all the way up. We don't want to end up taking off. Here we go. This is our turning gear. We'll do this one. Oh man, why is it not turning? Turn, dude, turn. Oh god, you know what? My controls are shocking. I need to calibrate them. It's shocking. Alright, we're coming in now. Birmingham Airport. Let's just see now what UK 2000 has done to my frames. 30 frames. UK 2000. Thank you very much. Still, that's... I mean, 30 frames is still good enough for me. You know, it's still smooth for me. But, yeah, UK 2000. By the looks of it, we got some airplanes here. I don't know where the general aviation ramp is, or whose house that is in the airport. So, guys, we made it. There we go. We're going to do a nice little zip past these planes here.
Approaching 0.
See what's going on.
6.
TUI. That's what planes you'll find at Birmingham. Oh, hang on. We got to make sure there's not a plane landing here taking off here. As we cross the runway. There we go. Yep. Definitely would have got my clearances had I done this right. Right, we're heading over here. It looks like some lovely planes there. Is that a 787 there I see? Looks like it, Dreamliner. TUI. And yeah, the business jet. We're gonna head over there. So the plane on Project Fly literally behind us. So I think my rudder is not ruddering as well as it should. So I can't turn it in time. So, do you know what? This doesn't look like UK 2000 to me. This looks like Mega Scenery X. Right, park and brake on. We didn't even put the landing lights on, so I'll just put that on now in case anybody asks any questions. Landing lights, taxi lights. Right, we can turn the landing lights off now and taxi lights. Is that all the way out? That is as well, yeah. Navigation come off, pitot heats, didn't even put them off. Turn all that off. Oh, what a load of rubbish. Which one's a carburetor heat? That one. Pull that out. That should have been pulled out actually. Master switch to off. Kill the engine. And kill the electronics. And there we go. Let's get out of the plane. And there we have it. Birmingham Airport. Birmingham Airport. Do you know what? I don't think I've actually injected Birmingham Airport, or I have, and it's over there. What is that? Yeah, I think that's UK 2000. No, that's not UK 2000. That is. Do you know what? What is going on? Let's have a look at something here, because my scenery library should have. No, it's not ticked. Ah, I don't believe it. Right. Oh man, I can't put it in now, can I? I can only do it on the other page. Oh, don't believe it. Can you believe that, guys? All this time and bleeding thing wasn't even injected in. Have I even got the UK in here? Like, have I been flying Orbex UK? Tell me that at least. Guys, we're gonna have to do a return flight just so you can see it. No! Oh, no, that's Norway. I didn't have Wales though. Look at that. I didn't have Wales ticked. Oh, dude, this is epic fail. Epic fail. England wasn't ticked. I didn't even have Orbex in, but it looked like Orbex. It really did. I didn't have Orbex injected in. I don't need the mesh because I use thingy, so I get rid of all the mesh files. Oh, dude, this is epic. Look, I got the Grand Canyon. I got that in there. Colorado, right? Got all that in. All the North America stuff, right? Oh, no, this is epic fail. Epic fail. That's Germany. Or is it? I don't know. Let's just tick it. We don't tick the mesh, though, because I use FS Global, and their mesh is much better. So, do that. Oh, dudes, this is going to change everything, isn't it? Norway, we might as well just put all the Europeans in. Get them all. Northern Ireland, don't want the mesh though, we don't want the mesh. Custom scenery. Scotland, get that in there, like. Don't need that. Don't need North America. Can't believe New Zealand, don't need that. Orbex Open Europe Lights configurator. I don't think we do, but we'll leave it. Open base. We don't need Arizona in there. Florida, it's a night environment lights. That's the ones we use. I do have other ones, but I haven't installed them yet. Right, so now that's going to take a while. And then as soon as it's loaded, we've got to end the scenery, right? Or end the scenario to load it up again. Because I haven't even had it installed. Unbelievable. It did look fine. For me, it did look like Orbex, to be honest. So, I don't know. I really... It didn't look like there was anything wrong with it. But anyway, we've completed that flight, so I can open up Project Fly now. And we can say complete flight. And there we go. That's our flight. There we go. Pretty direct. That was pretty cool. Let's see here. Do I have a landing rating? Minus 86. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too good either, but okay. Yeah, 39 knots. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah. Yeah, fuel burn distance 62 nautical miles. What's that? 1 hour and 12 minutes. Is that it? Really? Oh gosh, it was as well. 1 hour and 12 minutes. Well, there we go. That's that. So brilliant. And that's me. So we can get rid of that now. We don't need that, which means I can get rid of that one on this Mac, on this computer. I do like the fact that you can open two programs up at the same time. Right, I don't need my headphones for now. Oh man, wearing headphones. Right, so we're just gonna wait for this to load back up. We're gonna see what it kind of looks like, and then I'm gonna load up UK 2000 Airport because that wasn't even loaded in. Can you believe it? Oh, honestly, epic fail, guys. Epic fail. I'm gonna have to put that in the video. epic fail, you know? Don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'm disappointed in this thing. Like, how do you do it? Well, we don't need Sky Vector anymore. Don't believe it. I don't believe it. Nearly 2 hours, man. 2 hours almost. Right, what else does this say here? After landing, you put your flaps up, your carburetor heat off, and then you secure the aircraft by putting your parking brake on, your avionics off, your mixture is idle and cut off, ignition switch off, master switch off, and you put your control locks on, which we didn't really do. And there we go. And it's also got emergency procedures if you have engine failure, if you have to force a landing without engines, if you have a fire on board, electrical failures, icing, spin recovery. Oh, there we go. There's my 172. That's my 172 procedure, so I've got that in there. Did I put the 182 in here as well? I did indeed. 182 is at the end. There we go. This is the Cessna 152 to 182 checklist. So, other things I've done, I'll just quickly run through now, is I've got a lot of mega scenery files. Like a lot of mega scenery, and I mainly have it for America, because in America I plan to do a lot of high flying. So I've created a little chart of my scenery files of mega scenery of where I can fly to. So, you know, all these X's basically are states that I have mega scenery for, that I've purchased the mega scenery, and that's where I can go and land in. So when we get up to jets, when we get up to high flying, you know, like 26,000 feet and above, we will head over to America and utilize the sceneries over there. But for now, we're going to be short flights, you know, 3,000 feet. We're not even going to go up to like 10,000 feet or anything like that. We're just going to be 3,000 feet maximum. So where do you want me to fly? You know, with that. Anywhere in the world, anywhere where it'll allow me, you know. I can't believe, man. Do you know what? Like, time really got away from me because I was doing other things this morning, you know, mainly for my books. I've got a book coming out in October, and so I was prepping that. And then I thought, right, 9 o'clock now, I'll go start prepping for the flight sim flight. And I had it in my mind that I'd have everything loaded in, and on the not the taxiway, on the, you know, on the ramp, on the ramp waiting, and then we'll start and and all that. But yeah, anyway, I'll tell you what, while we do this, I shall show you that other technique. So this is a really simple fix. So if you, let's say you've been flying and suddenly, you know, you're coming in for your landing, and then boom, updates. Your computer wants to suddenly update, and it's like, no, I'm using my computer now, and I don't want you to do this. I didn't say do this, right? It is really super annoying, right? But it's such a simple fix, okay? Now, in your task manager, which you just right click in the bar and you go to task manager there, and this comes up, you know, you'll see a list of services here at the end, okay? Let's just check our cache. That should be empty soon. You got a list of services. This is everything running on your computer. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see here Windows Update. Okay. Now my service is stopped, and if you right click it and stop it, it will stop, right? But it will continue after like 10, 15, 20 minutes, or even a restart of your computer, and it'll be running again. Here's how to stop it indefinitely, so it doesn't interfere with your flight sim at all. Now, I only do this when I'm flight simming, okay? I resume it once I've completed my flight sim experience. So right click under services, you right click Windows Update and you go to Open Services, and it'll bring up this checklist. And again, scroll down until you get to Windows Updates. Now I've just clicked the name, so it reverses the names, and then I go from here. So Windows Updates, there it is. As you can see, I've disabled it. So go to Properties, okay, and you'll come up with this. Now it'll be on automatic delayed start by default, okay. So what you need to do is you need to go to Recovery, and this one will say restart the service or run a program. It'll probably say restart the service, right? I've put mine to take no action, okay? Absolutely take no action. That one had a reset fail counter. I think it was 1 day. You can put it with whatever number you like. But basically come here, right? And click Disabled and click Apply, right? Then stop the service, okay? And click OK. And you'll find that your Windows Update service is now disabled and stopped. And it won't resume again until you go back into it and you say automatic delayed start again, okay? Which means Windows will not be able to update here, okay? It'll be prevented. So yesterday, this wanted to update. It's got a pending install that it wants to do this, but it's not going to do it until I say to do it. So it's not even going to do it whilst I'm flying. So we've got nothing to fear, nothing to worry about. So that is a really easy way for you to what's going on here? That's a really easy way for you to stop Windows trying to update your computer whilst you're flying in your simulator. Okay, really easy, really effective. And oh hello, what's going on here? So as you can see here, now we've got Orbex here. Don't know what's happened here. So we're here with Orbex, but of course we've still got Rex Airports HD. So we need to go to End Scenario and New Scenario, and we need to go to my add-ons, and we need to enable Birmingham to get it in the sim. As you can see, I've got Belfast, Gatwick, Heathrow, Manchester, Everything else is enabled. I haven't enabled Traffic Global because I'm not using it. Okay, and then it's going to take some time, and then I'm going to click OK again, and hopefully it'll load back in to the sim, and we'll see Birmingham. And I'll take off, and I'll do a quick flight, just so we can see Orbex from the air and Birmingham. I really honestly thought I was running Orbex as well. I really did. Clearly I wasn't though, for some reason. It's very weird. That must have been default P3D, but Orbex running the Orbex Global. And I mean, to be honest, that looks pretty good. That did that. I didn't have any issues with that. It's so weird, so bizarre, man. Right, so we'll go in now. 11:41. No, reset that to the system time. So that'll load in now. Probably, oh, it's loaded in quite quickly. So this video basically now is going to be a pre-recorded video, I feel. I think I might just edit it, maybe even and upscale it, who knows. If it's at 720p, I haven't done that. And if it's at 1080p, I have. Who knows? Right. Do you know what? I'm looking around and I'm thinking, oops-a-daisy, look at that. I hope my plane just doesn't fall from the sky in a second. I know why this has happened, because I haven't run the vector tool for the... In fact, you know what? We might as well just do everything now. So we've got a spot. Look at that. We're in the air. We're flying in the air. And this hasn't loaded incorrectly. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to exit out completely. Right? Gone. Right? And we're going to open up our FTX Central. Okay? and we are going to go to our vector tool. Okay, control panel, and it's going to bring up this little thing here, airport elevations corrections, and we're going to run it. And it's going to search all of our airports, right? And it's going to go, hang on a second, a lot of these aren't at the right elevation. And it's going to fix them. And it's going to disable the ones that are wrong, and it's going to enable the ones that are right. And when it's finished, we're going to come back to it, and then we're going to go into my P3D files, which is in documents, add-ons, all the way down to PTA, and we're going to run that, and we're going to run my tomato shade shader. Now this is going to take a couple of minutes, okay? I'm going to go make a coffee while it's happening because I'm really thirsty, so I shall be right back, guys. So, yeah, I was kind of hoping to have people to chat to here, but got nobody. Nobody's turned up. That's a shame. So, I think I'm just gonna. What's this here? Oh, look at that! I've got a notification on my phone 2 minutes ago. Watch this live. Just now got a notification. How mad is that? The latency is really good on that as well. It's like 2 seconds behind. So that's pretty good. It's a shame nobody tuned in. I mean, I don't blame them. They're all at work probably, you know. So... Yep, there we go. So, anything else I wanted to talk about? That's about it, really. Can't think of anything. We just gotta wait, mate. So, yeah, you can just skip ahead if you're watching this, you know, on the rerun. Just skip ahead to when this finishes, because it could take like 10 minutes to do this sort of thing. So, as soon as it's finished, we'll get back into the simulator. We'll boot up at Birmingham, and we'll take off. And we'll have a look around and see what Orbex looks like from the sky. Because I can't believe I didn't put it in. What a sham. Charlie. Oh, by the way, if anybody, well, there's no point saying this, but if anybody likes the Titanic, you know, it was 107 years ago to this very date, and even this day, that Friday, the 12th of April, the Titanic was steaming across the Atlantic towards New York. And in 3 days' time, she will hit her fateful destiny of the iceberg that will sink her. And it's so weird that this year is very special in the fact that it has lined up perfectly with the day and date. So back in 1912, on April the 12th, it was also a Friday as well. How mad is that? You know, so it's almost like you could relive the experience of the Titanic, you know, because she set sail on the 10th of April, 2 days ago, from Southampton. And yeah, it's like, if you want to see what looks like inside the Titanic, and you know you're watching this and it is still the 12th of April, head over to Twitch and type in AV Retro, and there'll be a live stream at 8:30 UK time where we're going to be going inside the Titanic, and we're going to be looking around, and we're going to be exploring the ship from both outside and in, and it's going to be awesome. So tune into that, you know, it's going to be cool. I don't know how long else this is going to take, so you know, I don't really know what to say, to be honest, because I wasn't anticipating this massive balls up. Oh man. But it gives me a chance to show you the global vector tool for those who've never seen this before. It's a powerful tool for your scenery issues. You know, I don't go messing in the config files. I pretty much leave them as they are. And, you know, I use Orbex because they're really, really good. And I utilize this tool, and yeah. Let's have a look at the FTX again. The only thing I haven't got for Europe is that True Earth Great Britain South, which, yeah, I really want to check it out. I really want to see. But the thing is, like, I've got Northern Ireland, I've got Ireland, Scotland, England, and Wales, and it's like, do I really, like, want to? I feel like I'm rebuying. I feel like I'm buying this all over again, because it's like, if I have that, you know, when I get the Great Britain full package, I'm not going to be using these ones. I'm just going to uninstall them or something. So it's kind of like a bit of a waste, isn't it? But I do need to verify my files. I haven't verified them yet after I've installed them fresh. So yeah, I do need to do that. Here we go. It's done. We got, click that, click apply. Otherwise, it, you know, it wouldn't have worked. And then we click exit. Then we go to my shaders, PTA, and we run it, and we open a new preset, tomato shade. Yeah, this is the new, oh, 265 is available now. Oh, hello. That's for 4.5 probably, which we don't run. Actions, apply, successful, exit, and then we start up our simulator. And it's going to take a while. So yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about why, you know, why Prepared, you know, for me, and why Professional Plus. Because Professional Plus is expensive. Guys, you don't need it. Trust me. Experience. You know, I got this whole flight simulator thing because I wanted to learn how to fly, and I want to have the best of everything, okay? And seriously, you don't need the Professional Plus. Professional on its own probably wouldn't even need. Academic, fine. There's only a very few differences between the three, and yeah, trust me guys, it was a waste of my money. It cost a lot of money to get this version, and now all the add-ons cost a lot more as well, because I have to get the professional version of the add-ons, and so they cost a lot. I wish I'd just got the academic, even though I'm not a student. I wish I'd just kind of gone and bought that one, because this one is just like, I mean, I've got it, so it's fine. There are a couple of extra features, but I don't use them. That's not in the academic, and it has different planes. It's got more military craft in it as well, but I don't use them, so I don't really. Anyway, so the reason I got it though is because I wanted to learn how to fly. I bought the books, I got the software, I got my simulator all set up because I wanted to learn how to properly fly, and then, you know, starting to use the Professional Plus, and I saw the difference between the academic. Academic's like 50 quid, you know. This cost, oh, I'm not even gonna say it, but yeah, you don't need it. Academic, guys, trust me. But at least I have the, you know, updates and the support. If I run into trouble, I can go into the forums, you know, and find the answers. You know, it's fine. So let's boot up our aircraft. And our airport. Now it's not going to look exactly the same. It's not going to put us on the same runway or the same location. But what we're going to do is we're going to take off, and we're not even going to create a flight plan. We're going to take off. We're going to get into the air. We're going to land and go to the same spot that we were at. So this might take a little bit longer now to load, because I am loading in Germany and Norway, which we're not even going to touch. So shouldn't have really done that, but it should load in a little bit faster because of that little memory performance. It won't lag trying to load in. It should go quite quickly now. I mean, it's not going to zip it across, but it's not going to go terribly slow either. So that should disappear in a moment. For that, man, I even got a notification that I'm going live on my YouTube channel. How mad is that? Yeah, there we go. It's loading in a bit faster than it would have. I think I might edit this video down, just take off the dead time, because otherwise it's just a ball for whoever's, you know, watching this. And then I can upscale it to 1080p. I am so curious as to what this is going to look like, because when we were flying, I thought it looked like P3, like Orbex. I really did. The layout of the fields and all the trees and everything, it just looked like Orbex. So the fact that this, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But what I do know is that tonight we're going to see a Star Wars trailer. That's what I do know. Evidently, it comes out like in the UK. It'll be about 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. So who knows? I predict the film's going to be called Balance of the Force ID. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. Because nothing ain't released just yet. Wow. A little bit darker on there. How mad is that? Is that just the screen? It's weird. Doom 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 diddle doom doom. Doom 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 diddle doom doom. Doom 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 diddle doom doom. Do 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 do. Pressure pushing down on me, pressing down on you. The man is full under pressure that pulls a building down, splits a family in two. Must be put on streets. Ba ba bep, ba ba bep. Be-dat-o, be-dat-o. That's so kind, it's a terror of knowing this world is about watching some good friend screaming. Late tomorrow, it's me higher. Pressure on people on the streets. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da-ba-bo. Okay, chipping around. Keep my brains round the floor. These are the days it never rains, but it pours. You know it all. You know that all. People on streets, yada yada. People on streets, yada yada da da. It's a terror of knowing this world is about watching some good man screaming. Great tomorrow, gets me higher. Pressure on people on the streets. You know what? I better open the curtains. Oops, daisy. People think I'm a vampire. Probably get different bit of lighting as well. I don't need that light on, I think. I can get what? Let's see what it looks like. Is it a bit brighter? Oh, look at that! It looks a lot better, that does. Oh, lovely. Here we go. Let's get it in there. What's that looking like now? Why is that? Has that gone back up again to that? Well, we should keep an eye on that. Have a look outside. Right, here we are. 30 frames a second. It's eating them alive. Look at that. Let's get the headphones on. Oh my gosh. So, This is now Birmingham Airport. Oh gosh, look how it's stuttery. Oh, it's stuttery. Oh my gosh, 20 frames a second because we're at the airport. Can you believe it? But yeah. To be honest, it does visually look a lot better. I gotta be fair. Right. Let's we are all set up for flights. Yep, indeedy do we are. Let's get the hell out of here. We're going to get up to 3,000 feet away from the airport and circle around and come back again. Whoa. Rudder. Rudder control is atrocious. Right. We should be taking off soon. Nice on the window there. Oh, here we go. There we go. Flaps up. Up to, oh gosh, look at these frames, man. We're getting eaten alive. Frames have gone down to, oh, they're 35. They're climbing just like us. Our frames are climbing steadily with us. Okay? I can see a lot more green, to be fair. Buildings, Birmingham looks a bit, don't know. Right, let's not climb too high. We do need to get up to 3,000 away from the airport. But not too, we don't want to stall it. There's that golf course. The famous Birmingham Airport golf course. To be fair, this doesn't look actually that much different. You know? I don't really see a major difference here. I'm going to go a bit too. Well, 3,000. 330, so we're going to be landing at 150. Everything's going to look really rubbish from this height. Whoa, careful, we're stalling it out. Frames are jumping through hula hoops, I'm telling you, they're not steady at all. It's crazy, man, it's crazy. The regions eat your frames, they really do. But they are climbing up to 40 now as we move away from the airport. And as for me, as long as they're above 25 or 30, that's all I ask. Because for me, that's smooth. Smooth enough. And if it's smooth enough for me, it's smooth enough for you. Right, here we go. I need to get up to 3,000. In fact, that's Sutton Park over there, I think. Yeah, that patch of green there, it's got to be Sutton Park. We're going to fly around that and come back again. And we're going to use this little industrial state down here as our way to do that. Oh, it's so hard to steer with a joystick. So, that's our... yep. Whoa, stall out again. So, we're about to hit 3,000. Gosh, why does it do that? It really jolts me, this does, really, for some reason. Very strange. I might have to disable the regions. I mean, I'm seeing a lot more houses because of the regions, but to be honest, I honestly thought I had P3DV4.4 UK already installed, so it looks fine. Maybe global and vector. Yeah, and the land class is all you ever need. Right, so we're at 3,000 feet now, so we're gonna, oh, whoa, whoa, calm it, boy, calm it. Right, we're gonna turn around now that we're flying over that Sutton part there, so we're just gonna fly over it and turn around again. So we need to head to 030. Now, in a moment, we're literally going to be flying over my house. So, 3030 now. There, that here is a telephone mast. That is literally, my mom lives about here. And we're probably, and that's what planes use. They actually use that landmark to swing around back to the airport for Birmingham. So we're going to do the same. We're going to do exactly what the pilots do in real life. And we're going to keep it at 3,000 feet. That's Sutton Park, just down there. And it's pretty, yeah, it's got a couple of lakes in it. And it's got a train track running through it, exactly like you see there. Right, so stick to 030, and then we're going to swoop around. Now, where I am, where I live, is somewhere over here, I believe. Somewhere in this region over here. So, it does look a lot different, to be fair. Is it worth the frame loss? Because we've lost like 20 frames. Is it worth it? I don't know. Pass. There's a lot more houses. There's a lot more things going on. So, I don't know if it's worth it. Right, so we're going to turn around now to 330. We're going to start our descent to 2,000. Whoa, easy, easy, easy. We should see that mass somewhere around there. We're going to swing around Sutton Park again. So we might as well do that now. We're going to do a turn to 240. No, not 240. Pretty much south, I think. Yeah, south. Here we are. And then we're going to fly out to probably about here, that dot there, and line up for the runway. Exactly kind of like how we flew in the previous flight. So we need to reduce our speed a little bit. Birmingham looks less defined, to be fair. Like, when we came in last, there's a lot of trees and houses here that weren't there, and this stood out a lot more. Now there's a lot more in the way, to be fair. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe I might disable actually the UK region, because you get worse frames and it doesn't look as good, to be fair. Because them fields, they're the kind of fields that we saw anyway, you know? It's just this auto-gen, so maybe just reduce the auto-gen. Yeah, in fact, that's something we can do as we're flying. I'll just go and reduce the auto-gen. Because I've got, as you can see, pretty much everything maxed out, so we'll put that down to medium. Okay? And that will help with frames and probably the scenery look as well. We'll resume our flight straight away. Yeah, see, off into the distance now, that looks a bit better. And I bet you any money, yeah, our frames have gone up. So in the cities, medium. Out in the country, the sticks, high. Yeah, that is much better. I mean, that will start to load in as well as we go on. But, yeah, much prefer that, I think. Right, so we need to do a slight turn because we've kind of come off course here from south. And I think I'm going to use that. Yeah, this here, we're using this as our turning point. Yeah, oh, there's a plane there coming in. Plane there, Airbus A319. It's coming in. We're actually gaining height. We need to lower. Put the first stage of flaps on. Might as well make our turn now, in fact. Rev the engine down a bit. The throttle, you know, my throttle isn't responding as much as I'd like it to. So as we come down, as we start to come into the runway, you can see the scenery only goes up so far, but as we come in, that's going to start creeping up as well. So, because you wouldn't see houses that far off, would you? Really? That's not realistic, is it? No one's got a sight that far off into the future. So, yeah. I mean, our frames are coming down a little bit because we're getting closer and closer to the UK 2000, but that's fine. Alright, we need to get down to 2000. You know what, I think I might have to pull out the throttle like this. Which ain't happening with the slider. Right. It does look a lot different, yeah. Right, we need to get down to 1000 now, so one more stage of flaps. Lower the throttle a bit more. It keeps on rising, I don't know why. Okay. Whoa, that just suddenly dived down. What was that all about? Nice and steady.
Too high.
I'm alright, I think. Keeps on diving me down for some reason.
Approaching. 1, 5. Too high. Too high. Too high. Too high.
I think I'm fine, thank you very much. I am in a Cessna. I'm not like in a 737, mate. Yeah. Got plenty of runway. Right, here we go. Here we go. Come on, get it.
Unstable. Unstable.
Give me more confidence than that. Come on. Let's not be mean now. All right. Alright, here we go. Coming in now. Final. Ooh. That's the final stage of flaps, that is. That's for the. That's just drop it on the runway. Oh, this is going to be a bit of a dash. Oh, idle it. Oh, we're going to bite it. Oh, we're going to bite it. Yeah, we would have bit it. That would have been a bumpy crash. That would have been not good.
Approaching. 1, 5. On runway.
Oh, so we've installed the hydraulics.
6,000.
Yeah, we wouldn't have survived that. Oh, we would have crashed, I reckon. That would have been a bite. Toasted. But we did land it the first time, so I'm okay with that. Now we are going to take the right exit here because we did last time. So here we go.
4,009.
Oh man, we're going to hit the bloody barrier because of my rudder. Honestly, you just can't buy the planes anymore that you want. My rudder isn't ruddering as good as it should. I might have to change the calibration on it. Flaps up. Looks a lot different, you know. We got Monarch. They're out of business, aren't they? That's here. We're coming in a bit too fast here. There's also freight there. I can see DHL. Don't know what else. Obviously, we got things like GSX running as well. Just check our plane there. That's grey. Don't know what that's all about. Okay, so I think we swerved it around over here and brought it in sort of where that Cessna is there. Let's do that. There's all the airplanes over there. That's where it's all happening. So we're just gonna park it kind of next door to where this dude's trying to take off from, because this is kind of where we parked it. And honestly, I think it actually looks a lot better. So that's that. Let's idle the engine. Park and brake on. Yeah, I think it looks a lot better here. Can't really see it. Let's get out of the plane here. So that. Oh, actually, we need to turn off things, don't we? So let's throttle that, carburetor off, all these off. Kill the keys. Oh. Right, let's get out. So, yeah. That building looks a lot better than what Airport Rex HD would have done for us. And if we look across the way now, what planes have we got? We got Condor, Icelandic Air, Thompsons, Cessna, Delta, TUI, Flybe, a lot of Flybes. There's the terminals. Yeah. So yeah, basically that's it, guys. We made it to Birmingham, so if there's any place you want to see this Cessna fly from Birmingham to where in the UK would you like to see it fly? Now, I am creating at the moment a flight plan that goes from the UK in Birmingham, which is here, and I'm going to fly the Cessna up through to Iceland, Greenland, down from into Canada to New York, and all the way over to the Grand Canyon. So from Birmingham, we're going to try and get to the Grand Canyon. That's like in a future few flight episodes what I plan to do. But where would you like me to fly? You know, elsewhere. So I've got I've got a Cessna 172 and I've got a Cessna 182. So really, I can take the 172 to Australia, we can fly around there. I can take the 182 to places like South America or even bits of North America, and we can fly around there and see what's happening, see what's cracking. Let me know. Let me know where you want me to fly, and I shall make it so. But for today, thanks for watching. Nobody's watching, but thank you for watching on the replay. And have a great flight on your next flight, guys. And I'll see you, captains. Take care. Bye.